Well, hi everyone, it's time for a new Ustar tool once again. Now, today I want to talk to you about filing. Stuff like these guys, which I'm sure you've got in your bench and you've been using for decades. I have a very large collection of these. I remember when I was a kid making the kits for the first time, maybe 12 or something. I had a couple of rat tail files, and that was it. That was kind of my tools, along with a craft knife and pretty much nothing else. That was kind of it. Now these, of course, are extremely useful. They still have their place, absolutely. Again, they've changed a little over the years. The ones I used to use didn't have a handle like these guys do. This rubberized handle. That's much more useful than the ones I used to use. So that does help a little bit with the ergonomics, of course, when you're trying to do something maybe with a lot of detail. What I liked about the Ustar tool I want to show you today is that it's made these tools much more useful and certainly more ergonomic and accurate. So let's have a look at that. Today. So it comes in a very simple bag. Yeah. What they've done is they've taken a bunch of, in effect, just ordinary file heads. What they've done is they've basically stuck a better handle on the end. That's what they've done. Let me do that. I'm going to put that in there like that. Okay, so in the bag you get some pretty standard files, yeah, like those guys. But you'll notice that the handles on these are slightly different. In fact, let me get one out. So the camera, I think the lighting isn't bouncing off. Put that right to my t-shirt. You can see that's the file that they put together, and they put it together basically on looks just like a drill shaft. Not the flat end which you normally get on a file like these guys. Now that's because what they also have done is create a handle, which is this guy. That's what that's why they made it that shape. Now, as you can see, it looks very pen-like, which in fact they've even put somewhere where you can attach it to yourself if you'd like to put it on yourself. You want to wear your files, you can absolutely do that. And it basically comes with a couple of innovative attachments. It's got an end, so you can basically keep all of these in the end like that. They all fit. Without any problems at all. Really like that, so I haven't got to hunt around for the head I want. They're all in the handle. When it's again fantastic for workflow. Let's put that back on, and of course on the other end is basically a pin vise. As you'll see there, it's it's. Let me just take it off so you can actually see it. So it is literally that. It is just like a pin vise, but it's been designed for these heads. Now let me just put one in and tighten that up. Right, so that's the actual device as you would use it. Now, as you can see, this handle is much better than this one, for instance. Yeah, trying to grip that is quite hard. It's too small. Yeah, it's just simply not. The diameter is too small, so you can't grip it. The ergonomics are terrible. This guy, on the other hand, very nice indeed. Again, as I've said a lot of times with a few of the different tools which I've talked about on these videos, the thought I feel has gone into the diameter of this thing. Again, because you can hold it like that. You can hold it like that if you want to do this, but of course as a pen then you can manipulate very easily anything that you want to file with this guy. That can be large amounts of material if you want to take that off, but of course also accurate amounts of material as well, tiny amounts if you actually want to take that off, which is possible because if we have a look at the other file heads which Ustar have created. They've thought about that as well. So let me just get these together and show you. And those are the different, I guess, profiles you'd call them. And I think they cover pretty much all the bases. Semicircles, circles themselves. There's a square one in there, and I think there's almost a hexagonal one. So you're not going to find an issue finding the right file for the application you need. As I say, very, very simple, but just because it's got a handle, it raises the game, I think, for the common the common file. It really, really does. Changing is fast and easy, straight into the end, and you're good to go with with the next profile. Absolutely perfect. I really, really like that, because I've accumulated a huge collection of different files over the years. Excuse me, and trying to find the exact one I want is a bit of a pain. Whereas I feel the fact that they've thought about how many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 you get in the pack, pretty much cover all the bases. I haven't found myself hunting for my old files as I've been using this guy, which obviously is a very, very good measure of how good this tool actually is. And I just like the idea when I've finished, it all packs away very, very nicely in the end. And if I did happen to have an apron on, I could attach it to my apron if I wanted to. So the compactness of that is perfect. It goes into my one of my Z components on the back of my workbench, and I know exactly where all my files are, which is great. Compared to trying to get lots and lots of these, I feel is it's a great innovation. One other thing I want to show you as well. Let's pick one. Let's pick the flat one, because you might have noticed that they've made the surface. It isn't just a laser etched surface as you would normally find with a standard file. So let's get a comparable flat one. With this guy. Obviously, the size is different, but have a look at the surface. This surface is basically just been hatched to give you the I guess the roughness, if you want to call it that, to actually take some material off. Whereas this guy has a more interesting surface, and they put this kind of, I don't know, some kind of anodized material onto the surface of the file, and that's what takes off the material. And I found this clogs less. It also catches less as well. I always found with these things, often it catched and sometimes destroyed a part, or it really wasn't accurate enough. Whereas this material has been really quite interesting, and I've seen this on a couple of other tools as well. You can get this material or these kinds of files in another handle. Again, I will link to that in the description. You might want to take a look at that, because it really does complement this guy. Very interesting. I think I've called it the sanding pen, I believe. I think that's what I've called it. But this kind of material, very, very interesting for us model makers, because again, it doesn't catch, doesn't clog as much, and you get accurate sanding, particularly if you're trying to do something small. So the one I use a great deal of is this one, this conical shape. I use that a lot, because again, it gives me the accuracy to take off material. So that's the new high precision emery file that you start calling, but it's basically what can we call it? It's a file handle, isn't it, or a filing pen? That's what it is. Because in situ, that's exactly what it looks like. As I say, in my hand, that's how I use it. Again, massive amounts of control. Love the ergonomics. It's just the right size, for me. So again, the precision I can get is amazing. Leaps and bounds above trying to hold one of these guys to do the same job. So very, very happy to see that. As soon as I saw it online, I thought, yeah, absolutely, put a decent file on a handle. Why has no one done that before, or why can't you do it very, very easily? Ustar have put this package together, and it works absolutely beautifully. So that is the new Ustar pen file, I think I'm going to call it. I think that's kind of what it is. It is absolutely a pen file, which has kind of transformed how I've approached my filing over the last few weeks. As I said, packs away beautifully. You can store it very, very easily. Everything's in the same place. I like all of that. But again, the ergonomics. It's the ergonomics which really sold me on this one. So as usual, any questions, any queries, do come back to me. And of course, keep on modelling.